Indiana defensive tackle CJ West is probably a little undervalued right now in the NFL draft community and could be one of those players who makes an instant impact as a mid-round pick in the 2025 NFL draft. When you look at CJ West, right, 6'1" and a 316 and 916 RAS, really impressive numbers in the vert. The 10-yard split is pretty good for a defensive tackle and obviously put up 28 reps on the bench, which that translates when you watch him on film. Over 5 seasons with Kent State and Indiana, right? 9 sacks, 27 tackles for loss, a couple passes defense, and a couple forced fumbles. His last 3 seasons per PFF, he's had a grade above 80. And you look at the pass rush and run defense grades, you kind of see them trending in different directions. But I do think you still see some pass rush upside there for CJ West, and obviously has had 84 pressures in the last 4 seasons, 25 of those coming in 2024. So let's go to the film room and break down, I think, what makes CJ West so undervalued in this class. All right, guys, here we go into the film room, taking a look at CJ West. And obviously what you want out of a nose tackle is being able to hold the point of attack, right? Hold the line of scrimmage, don't get moved off the ball, allow your second level defenders to make plays because you're occupying space. And I think West does that at a pretty high level, right? Where he is consistently holding the line, right? He's not getting moved off the ball. The line of scrimmage isn't being reset by the offensive line. Here again, he's the combo block and then kind of into another double team, but he does a great job holding the line and allowing his teammates to be able to rally to the football. Here, a good job at the point of attack with the double team, and actually splits it right as this lineman is trying to work to the linebacker, and he's in a position to make a play, right? So having that ability to hold the point of attack is crucial here. And again, he holds long enough for this combo block that the lineman cannot get to the linebacker at the second level. He's able to disrupt the play, and then West is able to be there to help clean up. So when you can handle these doubles, again, it allows these guys to scrape around, get to the outside gap, and make plays. And his balance is exceptional. He has great extension like he does here, and you see him be able to get off blocks as well, especially on these combos where he is not getting enough attention probably. And here in a 1v1 situation, the ability to disrupt this is really impressive. He's pushing the guard back on this play, and the tight end coming across the formation, sort of a split zone look, gets contacted, and then it's essentially a run stunt. The defensive end is able to come around unblocked really to make a play, and obviously doesn't, but West also shows good hustle there. And right away, this is a QB run, get to the guard, push him back. QB has to basically push to the outside, and by the time that's happening, there are teammates there to make a play. So West, again, really, really impressive here. Again, pushes the guard back. Center struggles to get to the linebacker. He's able to scrape around to this side and make a play. So you see him do a great job with the combos and the double teams of freeing up his teammates. And then one-on-one, I mean, the power, the ability to initiate contact first, right? You see this lineman struggling to get good placement and good extension here by West, and then shed the block and make a play. Like he even if it's not at the line of scrimmage, he makes a lot of plays, 1 to 2 yards down the field. And here, just taking this lineman for a ride, good extension, good initial push, and then frees himself up to make the play himself, right? And again, the ability to shed, get guys off balance, and get offensive linemen on the ground very quickly is really, really impressive from him here. Again, he's in great position with his hands. Offensive lineman from Michigan is struggling here to get good placement, and he gets tossed aside, just straight up tossed aside. And then the relentless play from West to go make that play as well. And here, just in complete control of this gap and of that matchup to be able to free himself to make a play. And again, the ability to play with good leverage, right? He, is usually the low man, and obviously it helps being 6'1", right? But he's in such a good position at all times to be able to make plays. And here they do that. At times we'll ask him to one gap, right, and kind of attack more so to kind of, create disruption at the point of attack. And he does a really good job here, kind of splitting, again, that double team to attack that gap and allow his teammates, again, to make a play. And again, I think he does a great job. Other than a couple times on film, I think, where he overruns a couple plays trying to make some. I think he does a really nice job of flowing to the football, finding the ball, making that tackle here on a really nice perimeter run. He gets out there and makes the play himself. Here, beating the right guard to his spot on this perimeter run to just go make the play in the backfield. Really, really impressive. And then same thing here, right? Just doesn't get blocked really well and continues to chase things down, which is really impressive. And then you look at the impressive balance, right? How the heck he is able to hang on here with a pretty vicious combo block attempt, but to hold, stay up, stay balanced, and then make the play. And same thing here, right? That's a heck of a push from a really good line in Notre Dame, and he snaps off of that and is able to make a play at the point of attack as well. And you know, a really nice job here, spinning away from his gap because he sees where the running back is going. And so how about as a pass rusher, right? I think you see some flashes like that is a really impressive, first move here. Look at where the lineman's hands are. One's behind him. What an impressive swipe, and then gets to the bull rush while he's off balance. Just an absolutely devastating rep for our lineman here, but you'll see it, right? That swipe is nasty and then pushes him into the QB. If you're going to line him up on the center and try to have the center hold him 1v1, those bull rushes are going to be devastating. Same thing here. He's wreaking havoc. He's creating these muddied pockets because of what he can do as a rusher. Really nice club, and then he rips through. Now, with a three-man rush here, it's tough, but he's trying to impact the QB, right? And he does. QB has to move off his spot and step up. Here, it's all in that first strike, I think, on this one especially, right? Look at where the hands are versus where the center's hands are. And just to be able to swipe arm over and then work to try to create pressure as quick as possible. Same thing here, gets the initial strike. A vicious, vicious swipe again from West. And so vicious that the center essentially just trips him. Just trips him because he knew he was in serious, serious trouble. And here, again, that club arm over, quickly contact the second lineman, and look at him split this double team for the sack. Really, really impressive from West. On stunts, too, he's going to be a menace because of the quicks and explosion and all of that power and kind of the ability to turn the corner. Forces the QB to exit very quickly. Here, another stunt where really nice club there, and then try to rip through and create pressure, right? Force the quarterback to step up. So really impressive stuff. And then you see some of the quicks right off the ball, which we haven't really highlighted as much, but how quick he is to initiate contact and create some disruption here on these run stunts. He's really impressive with the closing burst, right? Getting into that gap to finish. Anything here, look at the quicks, change the direction, and then the range to kind of make that play in the backfield. Here, he quickly works around the lineman. Got to finish this one as a tackler. That's kind of maybe one of the weaknesses of his game, but he's really, really quick. And then here, just recognizing there's a screen, trying to reduce that surface area to not get contacted by the second lineman as he's being blocked by one, but he works all the way over and makes the tackle. Really, really impressive. And then how about dropping into coverage, right? Get a little creative, right? Picks up the first slant, and then he's there for the second one to kind of make the potential tackle, which I think is really cool to see. Now, as a rusher, sometimes he does get a little upright and get a little stuck, but you see kind of the relentless nature of his hand usage, that he's trying to work to other moves. But yeah, he can get a little upright, and if he doesn't get kind of that initial surge, there is a little bit of he gets stalled out more so. And when they're asking him to kind of work to the side, turn the corner, he's not going to be as effective doing that. And yeah, I think there are a couple times, yes, this is a QB. This is a tough play to make, no doubt. But sometimes the tackling, and you kind of saw that in our previous clip, but he's in position to make some plays. He just needs to be a better tackler in those scenarios. But CJ West, powerful, explosive, disruptive, right? All of the quicks, balance, all that burst that you could absolutely want out of defensive tackle. And I think he's going to be able to step in and be that nose tackle from day one that helps out your run defense. And I think, with those flashes as a pass rusher, that might separate him from some of the other nose tackles in this class. So hope you guys enjoyed this one on CJ West. If you did, throw a like down there. Subscribe if you're new. Plenty more draft content on the way. all week long. Live show Thursday and Friday. Hope you guys are available for that and tune in. So thank you guys again. I'll catch you in the next video. Farewell.